Breaking news, guys. Breaking news. So, guys, welcome back to Lanzo News TV. Guys, do remember to like, share, and subscribe. And, guys, do remember to hit that notification bell. Guys, I said I wasn't going to do any live tonight because it's really cold. I think, below 15 or something like that, minus. But, guys, as we start the news off tonight, or I should say this morning, because now it's 12:24 a.m., now 12:25 a.m. Breaking news coming out of New York City. The president-elect Donald Trump is likely to be sentenced on the 10th of January 2025. I repeat, news in is that Donald Trump elect is likely to be sentenced on January 10, 2025, as the judge in New York City has upheld his conviction and sentence is set for January 10, 2025. So, that is 10 days before Trump elect to be president of the United States. Sorry, that is 10 days before Donald Trump take office to become the president of the United States. So, the New York judge in New York City cited that Donald Trump should be sentenced on January 10th. But Donald Trump team will appeal the conviction or will appeal that sentence date. So, what if Donald Trump, the president-elect, should be sentenced on the 10th of January? Who will be the president of the United States? Is it his running mate, Vance? Will he take office as the president? But who will be the vice president of the United States? Because coming January 20, when Kamala Harris and President Biden exit office, Donald Trump will be the new president of the United States of America. Donald Trump is the president-elect from the Republican Party, and President Biden is the president of the Democrat Party. And President Biden is set to leave office on the 20th of January 2025. President Biden had served 4 years in office and set to retire. But now, the president-elect Donald Trump is to face a sentence on the 10th of January 2025, 10 days before he took office. So what is the next move for Donald Trump? Who is the president-elect of the United States? Because Joe Biden is going to leave office on the 20th of January alongside Kamala Harris, who is the vice president. So if Trump should be sentenced on the 10th of January 2025, who will be the president of the United States when Mr. Trump is being locked up, convicted? Well, they already convicted him of the crime. President-elect Donald Trump was convicted of 34 counts and found guilty on all 34 counts. So now the judge in New York has upheld his conviction for Donald Trump to be sentenced on the 10th of January 2025. Breaking news just coming out of Washington, D.C. The president-elect Donald Trump is to be sentenced on the 10th of January. The man of the match, who was talking about building the wall and to have illegal immigrants sent back to their countries. Donald Trump also asked the Barbados and other prime minister of the Caribbean, as well as the Bahamian prime minister, to take in illegal migrants that are not their nationalities. They're from different countries. If their country refuses them, he wants these countries to receive these persons. And that is wrong. Donald Trump must remember that these countries have law, like the United States of America, and the people have right in their own country. So if a person is supposed to deported back to the United Kingdom, and the United Kingdom government does not want that person in, Donald Trump's decision is to ask the Prime Minister, for example, of Barbados, Mia Mottley, or the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Holness, to take in that individual in their country, even though they are not a citizen of that country. So why can't that person stay in the United States? Is it right for another country to take in an illegal immigrant from the United States if their country refused to accept them in their own country that they were birthed? So now, you see, Mama always say when you light fire, you light two. Or when you dig a pit, you dig two. Because no one know that this day would come so quick. The president-elect Donald Trump, who supposed to took office on the 20th of January 2025, is to be sentenced on the 10th of January 2025, 10 days before he took office. Guys, thanks for watching and share the live, guys, because this is breaking news out of New York City. And I don't know if it's going to be a riot in the United States, but we're going to stand close by to see what will take place come tomorrow morning when the Republican persons or the Republican people wake up and get this news that just came out of New York City, that Donald Trump to be sentenced on the 10th of January 2025. As Donald Trump team says that they will appeal the sentence date. And I do not think they got enough time to appeal that sentence date, because it is too what you call it now, short. Yeah, it is too short. So what will happen now? Donald Trump elect will be sentenced on the 10th of January. And if that goes ahead, Donald Trump will not be the president of the United States of America. So more likely, his running mate Vaz will be the president of the United States. And then they will have to have another by-election for a vice president. Because remember, Kamala Harris is a Democrat vice president, and she will be leaving office alongside her running mate and the president of the United States, Joe Biden, on the 20th of January. So for illegal immigrants in the United States of America, this is a good news for them. But for the Republican Party, it's a sad news for them. Because Donald Trump, the man of the match, will be sentenced on the 10th of January 2025. That will go down in history if that should happen. But let's watch and see what will take place on the 10th of January. Because this is breaking news out of New York City. The president-elect Donald Trump, the judge of New York, upheld his conviction and to be sentenced on the 10th of January, 2025. So if Donald Trump should be sentenced on the 10th of January, Donald Trump's wife will not be the first lady. She won't, because he's not the president no more. And I do not think President Biden will pardon President-elect Donald Trump. I don't think so. So what will happen? Will the House do something? The fact that Republicans have majority of the House at the moment, or will they continue business as usual in the House and the Senate? Because this is a shocking news out of New York City. The president-elect to be sentenced on the 10th of January 2025. Donald Trump did not know that this was coming. What Elon Musk will say, what other persons will say, even the ex-police officer or the ex-sheriff guy who claimed that he will be arresting governors if they refuse to let these persons go into their state or their cities and take illegal immigrants and lock them behind bars until they get a court hearing and then have them deported back to their home country. Let's see what will happen in a few days ahead, because this is sad. And over into Jamaica now. Yes, we have seen a shooting incident in Jamaica where a guy was shot. I think it's Lakes Pen, multiple times. I would say about 3 times. The guy was shot by members of the police force in Jamaica. And it stated that the police officer who killed the guy also collect extortion money from the guy. So something went wrong, and these officers had to take him out. So these guys was doing some fraudulent thing where they were taking gas and all these things and stealing the petrol, the government petrol, and selling it. And when they sell the gas, the police would get some of the money, or the police would come and collect their portion of the money. And this is in Jamaica. So what happened? Something went wrong, and the police raided the guy's house, and they claimed that it was a shootout, but there wasn't a shootout because it was only 3 gunshot fire, and the 3 gunshot that fire came from the police. So how you justify that there was a shootout? And the family stated that the guy have no gun. So what police officers do, they cover up crime in Jamaica. You understand? They cover up for their friends, and it's wrong. And the Commissioner of Police, Kevin Blake, I'm calling on you to have these officers being investigated and being kicked from the force. These officers are criminals, and they must be locked up behind bars. If Donald Trump, who had been convicted of 34 counts and found guilty on all 34 counts, about to be sentenced on the 10th of January 2025, why these corrupt cops in Jamaica cannot be kicked from the force and taken before trial and be sentenced? Because these persons that these police officers kill, they are family members, and their family member are grieving, they are in tears, they are in pain. You understand? Many of these persons are not criminals. They are innocent Jamaicans. You understand? They are innocent Jamaicans. Because I can recall when I went to Jamaica in 2015, and the police officer stopped me when I'm on my way from Old Harbour to Freetown. And after they hold on to my driver's license, they demanded money from me when they saw in my wallet that I have a lot of US dollars and Jamaican dollar. And if the guy had said to me, brother, you can't buy me a juice, surely I would give it to him. But the guy refused to give me back my license. And then I went in the car, and he said to me, hey, you have to give me a $2,000 before him give me back the license. And I decided, yeah, I'm going to give it to him. So I take out 1,000 Jamaican dollar. I gave it to him. Him decided that to look a bit. So I give my next 1,000. And the way I was so pissed off, I turned the car in the middle of the road so fast, and I shot it back down to Old Harbour police station. I called 119. And the police officer told me, go to the station, and I went straight there. And he was arrested the same day. So I want to say to people out there in Jamaica, justice is in Jamaica, but you have to know your rights, and you need to report things when things happen. Don't just go behind and, oh, police wicked and police, something will come out of it. Because when I went to the station that day, the inspector, I don't remember her name, I think it was Miss Brown or something like that, or Miss Christie. She did a very good job, and the soup was about to leave his office and go home, and the soup take care of it. The soup have that policeman arrested the same day, and his supervisor was there. But at the time of the stop, I didn't know that it was 3 officers. It was 2 officers I saw, but the supervisor was sleeping in the Hilux van because he did some double shift, so he was tired. So those 2 officers was stopping vehicle and checking and inspecting whatever they were doing. Yeah, and the supervisor stated that he was in the van sleeping to the soup, and the soup said, okay, so you didn't see the supervisor? I said, no. I saw these 2 officers, and the black one was good, but the dark skinned one was good, but the brown one was the one that refused to give me back my license, and yeah, digging up the car for no reason and all these shit. You understand? And he was arrested, and the soup asked me if I want to take it to Indicom. You understand? So, bro, people, you must understand that it's not all Jamaicans are criminals. Some of these officers are criminal, and they must hold accountable for their crime and their action. They must hold to the full extent of the law. And now we have a corrupted DPP, Paula Llewellyn, back in office. We have, the system is so corrupt. So many of these corruption persons need to be kicked out of office and go home. It's time for them to retire. You understand? So we can have a good Jamaica. Why crime rate is so high? Because you have corrupt person in office. If these officers who shot that guy was a part of their wrongdoing that they were doing, stealing oil and selling the oil, and the police being a part of it and collecting extortion money, it tell you that corruption is in high places. You understand? Because the police job is to serve, to protect, and to reassure. Make sure the public is safe. And if the police are part of the criminal activities that are going on, how can you have law and order? How can you have a safe society? How can you have a peaceful community? The police must upheld and must do his job. The police must do what is right to protect its citizen in their country. And I'm calling on Kevin Blake, the Commissioner of Police. I hear you say crime rate drop and you did a very good job in 2024. I congratulate you all the hardworking officers, all the honest police officers out there in Jamaica that do an excellent job in 2024, that you continue to do your job and to let the people of Jamaica proud of you. But those dirty cop now, Kevin Blake, I want you to have those person kicked from the force and be convicted of whatever crime, you understand, that was reported against them. Take them into custody, charge them, get some jurors, and if they're found guilty, send them to prison. Yeah, man, because nobody's above the law. If Donald Trump can go to prison, anyone can go to prison. The President of the United States is about to be sentenced on the 10th of January. It just came out of New York. The judge in New York has upheld the conviction of President-elect Donald Trump to be sentenced on the 10th of January 2025, in which that's next week coming. You understand? So do what is right. Yeah, if Donald Trump can be sentenced, anyone can. You understand? And because no one is above the law. Bill Cosby was sentenced. He was found guilty. He was convicted. And he spent his time in jail and he came out. You understand? Big up, big up. Agent Reed, big up, big up. Just all I see comment them because I be a try stay up on top of things and keep focus, you know. So me just there. I do the right thing, you understand? Yeah, me there do the right thing because breaking news out of New York City just now. The president elect Donald Trump is to be sentenced on the 10th of January 2025, 10 days before he took office. Before the President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris exit office for Trump to take office. So the president elect Donald Trump is to be sentenced on the 10th of January 2025. So what will happen tomorrow when the Democrat hear all these things? Because no one is above the law, and if you commit a crime, you should do the time. You understand? And because if it was me who commit that crime, I would have to go do my time. So we just have to obey the law. We just have to follow the law. We just have to work with the law because the law is there to keep law and order and to keep the society safe. You understand? So news just in from New York that the President Donald Trump will be sentenced on the 10th of January by the New York judge. So guys, it's just coming in. So keep in touch, guys, and guys, soon, guys, you'll be seeing a lot of stuff. You understand? Yeah. And guys, you won't see I'm coming live too often because of my jobs. You know, in the United States, you gotta work. Yeah. So I'm not that type of person that sit down and collect money or free money. No, I've got to work. You understand? I work hard. You understand? So I will bring you the news whenever I can. You understand? So you can get to watch the news and all these things. You know what I'm saying? But guys, thank you for being a part of this broadcast, and guys, continue to support the channel. You understand? Share the channel. You understand? So other persons can view it and can get it. You understand? Subscribe to the channel. You understand? And guys, we thank you for 2024. You understand? We thank you for the year 2024, and now we merge into 2025, and we want this year to be a better year. We want this year to be a year of love, kindness, supportive, and also happiness for each and every one of our viewers. So as we go into 2025, as we go into 2025, I'm just asking the mercy of God to keep you, to guide you, to protect you. You understand? And because without God help, I'm telling you, we can't stand. We will never stand. You understand? We can't stand alone. We just have to trust in the mercy of God. So guys, that was it. And before I go, I'm going to repeat the 23rd Psalm. Before I go, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pasture. He leadeth me beside the still water. He restored my soul. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Either I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I'll fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table for me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I'll dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Guys, thanks for watching. God bless you all.